one lag per match.
One interesting feature of this tournament is that Sang Lee is in it after a 2-year absence from competitive play. He's been practicing a lot, to tell me, in the last couple of months. Interesting to see if he can come back to the world-class level he was in a few years ago.
This is good. He just has to worry about coming directly into the corner and then missing, therefore missing the yellow. So you've got to choose now, short or long. You can't wait till after you shoot.
No. This is one you certainly have to decide.
I like long. And the reason I like long is it tends to move the yellow toward the corner. Now, he didn't want to bury it that deep.
He was unlucky the way that landed on the red. I mean, the way it ended up.
Now, he's looking at a lot of things, but can he just go off here, 1, 2, and pray to catch a third rail right there?
Yes. Man, what's he thinking of doing here? I know it had to be a Muslim prayer. He's from Turkey.
He did seem to raise the cue as if to Marseille. There have been a fair number of Marseille shots in this tournament. Actually, many made. Most of them soft. They're not fancy trick Marseilles. They're control Marseilles.
Just to alter that initial angle.
Yeah, I don't see what the Marseille would do there.
That's tough. There's hardly, going off the red, there's hardly any third rail by the yellow.
Oh,
he's going to be I guess it is a bank.
That's so tricky. Boy, even if you could shoot this directly without a bank, it's a tough shot.
I don't know about that choice.
Well, I wonder if there wasn't some aspect of leaving Ceulemans stuck in the corner.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, especially, I don't think it's going to help him here. That is, it won't help Tasdemir. It's just a natural.
I'll just shoot this pretty firmly, I would think. No, you didn't have to. What a nice shot. I'd play 3 rails off the white.
And come directly into the red.
Yeah.
It's tough. It has to be really precise.
Not a big target. He has to hit it.
And he's on the rail. He has to hit down into it. He can only hit with follow.
Yeah, that was no cinch.
2.
I don't much like the position
This?
Typhoon has here.
Yeah, the balls aren't quite well placed for a cross table.
No, and it's hard to come. I don't think you can get short enough to come.
If the white were here, then he could play.
Yeah.
He could play this and drop in. But from where he is, he's going around. But short, long, what do you do?
It seems like you can't get it short enough.
You know, with speed he can. And draw.
Have to be right in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has to be
Quite
right
didn't-
in there.
yes.
Even then it might not have been short enough. I think Ceulemans will go off the red here. Not so good.
These guys are putting on a miss clinic. We don't need this. We have to get them back in shape.
Ceulemans would have made that 40 years ago.
Give them some pointers from Byrne's Standard Book of Pool and Billiards.
Well, take up bowling.
That's what some people do. But how about here, for example? What are you doing here?
I would go off the right side of the red because
Yes.
it looks like if you go off the left side, it's too kissy.
Yep. The problem is you have to draw it, and it's still a little kissy.
Oh, you don't need to draw that.
Well, he didn't draw it, so that's why he didn't make it.
Close though. Oh, there's a 3 rails off the red.
Off the bottom side.
Yeah.
So just go to the off the bottom of the red and around like this.
Yeah, he has to think a little bit about the red because he doesn't want to bank it back into the white. Yeah, that turned out pretty well.
And now, well, same, off the bottom side of the red.
Yep. He has to drive the red to the long rail, I would say, to miss that kiss.
And he's going long. What is he doing?
Just a regular.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
shot.
see there, he
Yeah.
hit the long rail. Hit
Yeah,
that.
things seem to be under control now.
Now he has a straightforward shot, but it still takes a perfect hit to make it.
Well, the white's a little big.
He could
two-way
Yeah, he could make it if he comes in short and back up on it.
or long.
I don't know about long.
Dead on.
No. Oh, here's a nice one. It's hard to tell the exact angle from here, but I think he'll go long off the right side of the white. There's some interesting.
I mean, up to a half, from
Yeah.
5.5 to a half.
Yeah.
Let's see.
5.5 to.
See where he shows up here.
That should score. Ouch.
How did he go long? He didn't even get to a half.
He isn't happy with that. Out for the yellow.
And for your next,
For my next trick,
are you playing with the red? What are you doing?
I guess you go thin off the... I don't know. Can't hit it thin enough.
What's wrong with just going off our right side of the red?
Yeah. Well, I guess you could do that. You have to draw, I think.
There's some form of ticky in there too, but it's got to be
Oh, he's
perfect.
playing a short angle.
Yes, very good. But watch the red.
Beautiful.
And now in short to the red. 3 rails.
That would be good.
There's no kiss. It's a very healthy shot. The red isn't really close to the rail, but there's still a chance if you miss that way, get it.
I'd say it's 9 out of 10 he'll make. This is tough.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. It almost looks like a backward cross table. If you use the right angle with follow, I know it's wacky, but you come up here, you come here, and then the follow takes you back down to there.
That is pretty wacky, Mike.
Yeah.
I think he's following straight through. I guess he wanted to...
Should have used my pattern.
Yeah, that would have been just as good. That was an interesting choice, though. If he had hit that end rail, it might have made.
But he's also, again, with this leaving the balls way down the table for Ceulemans.
He might have been thinking of that. Ever since Ceulemans started wearing glasses about 10 years ago, he hasn't been quite as good on those shots. The cross table. Here again, will he hit the end rail first? I mean second? Well, he made it.
And now what? You can just go, try to go long, like that.
It's pretty long, all right.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go long off the red.
Yeah, the other way, and come off the top rail.
Yes, hit about half a diamond down here in the lower left.
Against the rail.
Off the right side of the red.
And third rail here.
Right. If he gets a good hit, it is a pretty big target. Short angle off the right side of the white. Or 5 rails off the left side of the white. Oh, he might be drawing to try to come in real short to have just 3 rails. Oh, too much draw.
And does he want to play 5 rails?
I don't know. He's driving the red right over to the yellow if he does that.
Well, what else does the chef recommend?
Reverse off the right side of the red.
So a pattern, it's basically a cross table then.
Yeah. I'm not sure he'll do that. Can't quite see the angle, but he'll probably play real thin on the red and go around the table. That's what he's doing. Still kind of a kiss over here on off the second rail. Oh, he missed that kiss, and he's going to make it. Oh, now he's got a couple more points coming.
I think he's got a fine position shot here, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You ought to get two more.
Yeah, he's going to drive the red with a lovely diamond pattern back to where it is.
There it comes. That's right out of the textbooks.
Yeah.
He could have got a little better lead. I think he'll go off the right side. All right, we're going to hit it down.
The thing is, if he goes off the left, it may be better position for him.
He's going to use a little draw to make it come short. Oh, now he's hitting it real thin with high.
Yeah, he got the diamond again.
Yeah.
When I'm speaking about a diamond pattern. Oh.
There's Mike Massey talking to Semi Sagener, and the fellow right by Mike's elbow is Eddie Leppens of Belgium, a terrific player who got upset in the last round of the prelims.
Mike is a very enthusiastic three-cushion player. He really loves the game.
Just nowhere to play down by where he lives, I guess.
Well, I've been talking about diamond pattern. When I'm talking about a red ball.
Say, watch this shot. Here's a Massey back down the rail. No, just two cushions. A little too far from the first ball there.
This is what comes of hanging around Semi Sagener a lot.
Yeah,
Masseys are okay, but artistic Masseys it's really rare when you'd use them in a game.
There surely must have been a better shot there.
I'll wait till the diamond comes up again, and then I'll explain what that means.
Here's a little kiss to the beat here. Unless he feathers the red with a lot of spin. And that's, oh no, he made it, I think. That's the trouble with that shot. Let's see.
Well, there's a drawback around. It's awful. But he has to have a really precise hit on this.
He's going to just, yeah, the figures will go real long, so he'll probably be pretty close to making it.
It may go too long.
Lovely shot. And look at the big natural he has now off the right side of the red. All depends how that counts. Well, could have been a lot better.
Okay, on this one, there's a strong tendency to go getting the third rail there and in either that way or short.
That's what you'll do almost certainly. Strong player.
When I was young and foolish, I used to play this shot with a lot of follow. Like this, and really hold it up and just drop it in like that.
You might do that.
But when I got older, I lost the ability to do it.
Really? I like that shot. It's not hitting it high though. I think he's going to draw down near the corner.
It works too.
Yeah. Playing for 3.
The referees are given a very precise vocabulary to use in these matches. We're not allowed to say things like playing for 3. We have to say the last 3 and then the last 2.
Is that so people who speak different languages will all know what is meant?
I think that's part of it. And then at the end, the last thing you say is either set ball or match ball, depending on what the situation is.
Now that's ugly. I call it a ball.
Americans tend to call it set point, but they call it set ball.
5. Last 2.
For those of you who haven't heard of Tasdemir, but have certainly heard of Ceulemans, the betting line on this game, right before it started, was pick it. It was even odds. Take either player, which is probably a surprise to some longtime Ceulemans fans.
Who set that odds?
There's an organization that actually conducts legal billiard gambling out of Costa Rica.
I wonder who they used to assess the odds.
I'm not sure that whether they make a line in advance or whether they allow the bettors essentially to make the line by balancing the bets on both players. But in the Frank Torres and Marco Zanetti match, if you put 100 on Torres, you'd win 160. Well, of course, based on what actually happened, you would have lost your 100.
Hard to bet against the reigning world champion.
There's a lot of discussion as to whether there ought to be gambling on billiard games, particularly 3-cushion. But since we're in Las Vegas, you know, who am I to say no gambling?
Yeah, it has a weird ring here to say no gambling. Oh, that's a bad hit.
There's one town in Nevada that has no legal gambling. Did you know that bit of trivia?
I think I read that recently somewhere.
Yes, it's Boulder City. It was the city that was constructed when they were building Hoover Dam. And since it was government property, no drinking, no gambling, and no other vice.
Remind me not to go there.
It's not far from here.
There's a 26 miles or something like that. Or more.
No, it's not more. The real question is, do they have any pool there?
Well, there's been a lot of drought. There's no pool behind the dam much either.
Well,
several years of drought.
Yeah, it's down 60 feet. Okay, Raymond. What is Raymond going to do here? It's a bad angle for a double the rail shot. He can't do much off the white. When he hits the red, I mean, one of the things that he could do is just come around like that.
He's going to do a drop in down to the lower right corner.
That's a real precision job to do that.
Too bad.
Score 0. Ceulemans 0.
Tasdemir needs 1 to go up 2 sets to 1. So he'll think carefully. The safe shot is to go long off the left side of the red. He might not be able to go long off the left side of the red.
That's what he really wants to shoot, though.
When I say safe, it's because there's no possibility of a kiss if he does it that way. This way, the red is banging around.
I think he's going to hit it real thin.
That's nice.
Perfect.
2-1 after 3 sets.
We're going to take a break.